I'm a dividend investor. Of course, meron akong Pag-ibig MP2. Actually, wala akong Pag-ibig MP2. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you yung reasons why. So yeah, let's go! Hi guys, Tupilu here. And in this video, I actually decided to create this video kasi I've been looking at Pag-ibig MP2 lately, or actually for the past few years na. And sobrang tempted talaga ako na mag-create ng account. And kasi when you look at this data, so tignan natin yung data ni MP2, di ba? Like, they've been consistently giving like 7 to 8% in dividends per year. And sobrang attractive siya, di ba? Tapos, anong tawag ito? Like, tax-free pa, di ba? So, in fact, dito, like, it started last 2016 until right now, last year, 2023, 7%, 8%, 6%. So, parang ganun nag-range yung interest niya. Sobrang enticing talaga siya. Pero, every time I look at yung data, I'm really tempted to create one. Meron lang talagang 3 reasons why na pumipigil sa akin on creating an account. And I'm gonna share with you itong 3 reasons why. And I want you to also counter these reasons para hopefully in the future, makapag-open na talaga ako. So, I wanna also hear your thoughts dito sa 3 reasons why I decided not to open a Pag-ibig MP2 even until now. First reason why bakit wala akong Pag-ibig MP2 is because, number 1, matagal na akong walang pag-ibig. Okay, so, that sounded weird. Walang pag-ibig sa all, di ba? So, basically, like, yung Pag-ibig account ko, I totally forgot about it. Like, I've worked for 2 years only in the corporate world. Tapos, after that one, wala na. It's all business na talaga. So, I'm not sure if meron ba talaga akong Pag-ibig account kasi automatic deduct yun, di ba, sa sweldo mo. And then at the same time, haven't really checked that one. I haven't confirmed that one. And basically, parang yung feeling ko is sobrang hassle to really look for it. Hanapin mo pa. Tapos, I believe if you open a Pag-ibig MP2 account, dapat active yung Pag-ibig account mo, or at least you deposited or may contribution ka doon for at least 1 month in the past. Ilang months ba yun? So, meaning, kailangan mo pa siyang i-reactivate. So, I believe parang sobrang hassle siya gawin. And government thingy, like, I'm not sure if meron pa parang maraming documents na kailangan. So, para sa akin, it feels like sobrang hassle siya on my end. So, but correct me if I'm wrong. I want to hear your thoughts down in below. So, let me know if is it easy to reopen yung account ko for me to open a Pag-ibig MP2. So, parang i-reactivate yung yung parang Pag-ibig account ko for me to open an MP2 account. So, let me know in the comment section below. Second reason why bakit wala akong Pag-ibig MP2 account is because personally, I'm not a believer sa product. Okay, so I know some people will really disagree with me with this one. But, yun nga, di ba, we wanna invest in something that we wanna believe in. So, like, you put money in a certain stock, in a certain REIT, kasi you believe in that company. Kasi they can generate returns. Well, yung Pag-ibig naman, they are proven na makaka-generate sila. Yung only concern ko sa that is that yung pitch kasi nila is that it's a low-cost way for people to be able to afford a home. Sobrang ganda ng mission or vision. But, when you compute kasi, sobrang taas ng interest. And I always compared yung Pag-ibig, compared by taking out a loan sa bank, sobrang laki talaga yung difference. So, sobrang laki ng interest ni Pag-ibig compared pa rin sa bank. They'd say na, mura lang. Kasi, yung mura nun is the monthly contribution. Kasi, they're actually stretching yung number of years. Like, you're gonna pay yung loan mo for 25 years, 30 years. Sobrang haba niyan, di ba? Like, let's say you work, like 25 years old. Tapos, kumuha ka ng housing loan, 30 years. So, malapit ka na mag-retire, dun pa fully paid yung bahay mo. So, it's like you're trapped in the next 30 years to keep working to pay for that amount. And, ayun nga, medyo weird lang kasi yung parang mindset ng mga tao right now. Because like, last time, ano ba yung experience ko na parang, one of an agent said, na-approve ka sa 20 years? Congrats! So, bakit congrats yun? Yung gusto kong bayaran is 15 years lang. So, bakit parang people are happy if extended yung number of years to pay. Like, gusto ko 25 years to pay, 30 years to pay para mura lang yung monthly ko. So yes, totoo, mura yung monthly mo. But over the long term, you've actually paid a lot of money. A lot of money because of that monthly. That's why gusto ko, mas shorter yung time frame. Yes, malaki yung monthly ko. But at least, shorter yung time na fully paid na siya. So, I'm a big believer of 15 years. So, in fact, we bought a house and yun, 15 years to pay siya. And even right now, I'm comparing if I got it from Pag-ibig and compared it with a bank kasi I got the bank loan from a bank. So, sobrang laki talaga ng difference. And yan, let's head over the laptop. I'm gonna show you yung computation kung bakit sobrang, yun nga, hindi ako believer in the sense na hindi siya low cost. Sobrang laki ng interest na babayaran mo because of this Pag-ibig na product. So ngayon, nandito tayo sa Pag-ibig affordability calculators. Tapos pakita ko sa inyo, ang tawag nito, like, sobrang laki ng babayaran mo in terms of interest. So they say it's a low cost way for people to buy a home, which I really love the mission, pero hindi siya nakikita in actuality. So let's say, for example, ayun, how much can you borrow based on yun? How much income required? So let's say you want to borrow 2 million worth of house. So I'm not sure if meron pa bang 2 million ngayon. Tapos, yun nga, people are so proud na, uy, may 30 years to pay ako, diba? So, sobrang haba. Okay. Tapos, gusto mo fixed years din, fixed interest din in the next 30 years, so 9%. So actually, 9% is pretty, malaki na talaga yan. Kasi, when you look at the interest din, like 5% yung pinakamababa, diba? Weirdly kasi dito sa Philippines, sobrang laki ng interest natin in terms of housing loan. Compared mo, let's say, sa US, yung interest nila nasa 1% lang, 2%, 3% lang. Sa atin, sobrang laki talaga ng interest. Bakit sobrang laki? So, that's why a lot of people here are having hard time really getting a house. So, compute natin yan. Yun, 17,000 yung monthly amortization mo on a monthly basis for the next 30 years. So, you'd say, ayun, mababa na yan, di ba? Mababa na yan kasi 17,000 per month. In fact, parang isang one whole sweldo yan. So, medyo malaki pala talaga. Kailangan mo ng 50,000 ng income para ka makapag-loan nito. So, medyo hindi siya, di ba? Parang hindi siya affordable. Okay, so compute natin yan. 17,000. I'm using my calculator right now. 70,633.09 times 12 months in 1 year times 30 years. 6.3 million. 6.3 million, bro. Like, imagine, you borrowed 2 million and for next 30 years, yung total na babayaran mo is 6.3 million. Note, not other fees, not yet included. So, may other fees pa yan. So, just imagine you borrowed 2 million and magta-times 3 yung total na nabayaran mo. So, that is so crazy. Diba? So, people are so proud na 30 years to pay sila kasi mababa yung monthly nila. Hindi. Sobrang laki. And even, let's say, gawin natin 25 years, tapos 25 years fix. So, we're just doing fix lang na competition kasi sobrang complicated kasi na in the next 3 years, i-change ko siya. In the next 3 years, i-change na naman yung interest. Ganun kasi nangyari sa amin. Sana finix ko na lang. But basically, sobrang complicated ng computation. Let's say ngayon, 25 years. So, at 9%. So, still okay, 17. So, same pa rin. Okay? But, if you'd ask me, ganito. Ako personally, I'd go for 15 years. Kasi again, earlier siya matapos. Tapos, earlier ka maging debt-free, di ba? So, just imagine, wala kang utang. How amazing is that? You own your house, wala nang utang. That's so crazy, di ba? So, compute natin, ayun, medyo malaki siya ng konti. Just imagine na, 2,000 lang yung difference. 2,000 lang yung difference. Pero, let's look at the interest or yung total na mabayaran mo. 19,275.51 times 12 months times 15 years. Oh, 3.4 million na lang. So, you borrowed 2 million, you just paid 1.4 million interest. Compared mo kanina, 30 years nga. Pero nag-times 3 yung inutang mo. Diba? That's why I'm a big believer of 15 years to pay lang. Yes, you'll pay a little bit more on the monthly side, but at least you'll be mas mabilis kang makawala. And yun nga, mas mabilis kang maging free. So technically speaking, yes, pag-ibig is good if you go for 15 years, but a lot of people are ano tawag ito, encouraging people to get a 25-year loan, 30-year loan. Sobrang laki ng interest. And that's the reason why Pag-ibig MP2 can give you high interest kasi people are actually paying. There are people actually paying high interest dun sa mga loans nila. And the third reason why bakit I still don't have a Pag-ibig MP2 is because you're not buying an asset. Okay? So, Pag-ibig MP2 is not an asset. So, what do I mean by that? Di ba sabi ni Robert Kiyosaki, you buy an asset that puts money into your pocket. So, an asset meaning something that you own. So, sa Pag-ibig MP2 kasi, you're not buying anything. You're lending your money to the government. Di ba? Like, you're putting your money, what do you get in return? Di ba? Wala ka nakuha. Like, you just put your money and para gamitin ni government to build houses and whatnot, to loan to people para makabili ng mga bahay or whatnot. And then si Pag-ibig, because you let them borrow your money, bigyan ka ng interest. So you don't actually have anything, di ba? So you're not buying an asset. Compared mo kasi with buying a stock, compared mo kasi with buying a REIT. So bumili ka ng stock, bumili ka ng REIT, you get ownership. So you have a certificate, or technically speaking, may certificate ka niyan, but you own shares of an asset, of an actual company. Yung shares mo, of course, because you own that share, doon ka kikita ng dividends. Same thing, you bumili ka ng real estate, you buy an asset, tapos ipaparent mo siya, it puts money into your pocket. Let's say, you open a business, so meron kang negosyo, that's an asset. But dito, MP2, you lend your money to the government, what do you get, diba? So you don't have an asset. So that's why yun yung something na I'm also considering, like if you're putting a lot of money doon, then you don't actually have an asset. And yun yung isa sa yun yung third reason why until now wala pa rin akong Pag-ibig MP2. So yeah, those are the three reasons why until now I still don't have a Pag-ibig MP2 account. And I want to hear your thoughts down below, what you think about it. Tapos, actually, I want you to convince me to open an account in Pag-ibig MP2. Kasi again, I've been considering it. Etong 3 reasons why lang talaga yung holding me back from opening an account. Because I believe if I'm gonna start a Pag-ibig MP2, I'd also be creating a step-by-step guide kung paano mag-start. Kasi I'm pretty sure some people are also interested in opening one. And with our platform right now, medyo okay na yung subscribers natin. We are around almost 40k subscribers na, diba? So congrats, thank you for the support. I believe that we could also guide people to open an account. However, if you're like me na you'd say, okay, that made sense. I'd rather invest in REITs or in mga dividend stocks, then I have a perfect video for you. So I have actually here a video kung saan a step-by-step guide on how you can get started investing in REITs. So again, if you want to own assets, then you might want to check out this next video. So yeah, see you there.